Hi everyone, hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. I'm just going to dive into Vechain once again. Thank you for your support. Okay, really do appreciate it. So, if you're not involved in the Patreon and the Telegram, do please get involved in them communities right now and take advantage of all the content. And once again, thank you to each and every single one of you in the Patreon. It's blowing up in there in the Discord server, dropping some really good trades in there. I mean, dropped AVAX in, Sol, what are the other ones? 1 inch we've dropped in there, and there's loads. There's loads, basically, loads. And there's more to come, hopefully, if we can get the continuation of the bull here, which we are starting to, we're starting to look like we're getting a confirmation of the bull, but we are having a retracement, which is normal, which is what you want to see. Because obviously what goes up must come down, and with that you form these impulsive and corrective waves. So on a zoomed out perspective here, I'm just reminding you that what we're targeting for Vechain right here is obviously wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and then the completion of wave 5, Elliott wave theory, where we do enter that sort of ABC correction, that potential bear market right there for Vechain. Okay, so far so good. We're adhering to structural support and we're looking for continuation here for Vechain. So with this wave 1, look off this previous high, the fib low, we've hit the 1618 of the wave 1 high. Look at that, like an absolute boss. Okay, beautiful. We've retraced to a key level support which I've shown you, which was 050. With that we've retraced and we've completed a new impulsive wave, and this impulsive wave, the third wave, actually got to the 3.272 fib. Do you see that? Absolutely met it like a boss. Along the way it ran into levels of resistance. You hit the 2.272 just there. You actually hit the 1.618 as well, rolled back to the 1.4. Do you see that? Pretty much like what Bitcoin's doing right now, bounce off the 1.272 fib, before continuation. Because what happens, these impulsive waves start to run out. Okay, so your wave 1 is quite large, but your wave 3 is the largest, hence why it got to the 3.272. And we do anticipate that the wave 5 is always as long as wave 1, if not a little bit longer than wave 1. Okay, and it is usually the second largest wave, and this is why we do anticipate a $1.58 price appreciation for Vechain in this bull run. Okay, and you could see that wave 5 is a little bit longer than wave 1, and it also ties up with a 2. Okay, which is a Fibonacci extension right there, the 2. So you've got all these levels to get through for Vechain to get to there. Okay, it's not going to get there overnight. It's going to be a long bumpy road, but once we come up and we start to break these highs, which is what we're doing, we're coming up, we're hitting the 1618 at the 0618. I do apologize. You're falling back to a key level support for continuation, because it's what you do. Look, you come up, you hit resistance, you fall back to support, resistance, support, resistance, support. You don't shoot up in one straight line. Okay, you want to see you falling back to resistance and to support, and this is what you do, and as long as you can conform to the structure of holding support, this is where you look for continuation to the upside, and that's exactly what's going on with Vechain right now. Okay, you're holding support relatively well. Now on the weekly, if we was to correct any more here for Vechain, I would like to see this 20 held as support, which would be absolutely golden. Okay, because right now you're coming up, you're losing the 050 at the moment. You've hit your head on the 0618 at 14728.653. You are in a bit of a technical target to the downside of that head and shoulders, which we'll look at in a moment. But so far, you're coming up and you're moving in these beautiful waveforms, doing something like this, pretty much like what you did here. Okay, and this impulsive wave 3. Come up here, come up there, and eventually, hopefully, it will be lovely to get to our price predictions up here at a $1.58, which is your 2 Fibonacci extension right there. But it's going to be a long, bumpy road. Okay, your next impulsive wave up off here, off the 1.618, is up there at 82 cents. And right now, if you can come up and break these levels of resistance, primarily get back above the 0618, the golden ratio, you're looking at a full retracement. And like I said to you in numerous videos, if you're just looking for a confirmation statement here for Vechain, just wait for the break of this high. Okay, wait for the break of the high at 28 cents, because with that you could be looking at a beautiful little long up there, up to the 2, 440%. The 1618 is 181%. So it's all good as long as you to adhere structural support and you're looking for continuation basically, and you're holding support. You've got continuation, and it's until we start to lose this low. If we lose this low, which I've spoken to you so many times before, okay, if we do start to lose that low, that in itself is really, really negative for Vechain. Okay, because at that point, for me, you would be creating some A, B signature right there, and your C wave can be really, really deep. Okay, potentially coming down to 2 cents. Now if we do start to come all the way down to that and lose that and start to form lower than this wave 1 high, this means the Elliott wave theory structure that we're adhering to is out the window. Okay, and that's a whopping correction, and that potentially is your bear market right there for Vechain. Okay, so it's all about this low. Lose this low, is really, really bad for Vechain. But at the minute, you're coming up, you're holding, you're backtesting support, you're looking for continuation to our targets to the upside. Okay, so it's all good, it's all golden. So yeah, Vechain's doing exactly what it needs to do. Wave structures are looking beautiful on it, to be honest with you. It's a beautiful chart. So right now, I'm going to just look at the hourly time frame and see what we can see. Okay. So with Vechain on the hourly time frame, you can see exactly what happened yesterday. We're in this head and shoulders pattern. Look, I spoke to you before. You got your left shoulder, your head, and your right shoulder. Depleting, rolling over pattern just there. And what you're doing, you're coming back and you're looking for a retracement right now for continuation of the impulsive wave that you're in. Okay, if we zoom out on the 4 hourly time frame, you might be able to see the impulsive wave a little bit better here. So these are impulsive waves: retracement, repulsive, retracement, impulsive, retracement, impulsive, retracement. Now, if you hold a key level support, right now you can see you're resting on that previous swing high. Basically, if you hold the support, you're looking for continuation right here. Okay, so it's all good, but you are in a technical target just here to this. Okay, this particular level here, you're in a technical target, and you can see what's happened here for Vechain. You've lost the support of the head and shoulders pattern that you're in. Okay, you're coming down, but you're not going to get there overnight. And what's happened is you've come down and you've bounced off this swing high just there, and with that you've retraced and you've come back up to this level here, which is the resistance, previous support of this trend line, which is the head and shoulders pattern. Do you see that? And you're now acting as resistance on it, which is good. Not necessarily good because you don't want it to go down, but it just shows that the pattern that's in play is valid until invalidated away. So this is your technical target. For me, this is your low at the moment for Vechain. You start to fall any lower than that could actually be quite negative, and you could actually start to fall lower. And I'll give you support targets. I think on the daily time frame, that is actually, look, that's where the 20 is sitting, and that would be a beautiful retest, to be honest with you. So do anticipate that is its destination at the moment, that 0, 10, 7, 2, 8, 255. Okay, that's its predetermined destination at the moment, and unless it starts to come up and get back above this level of resistance right here, and you break this high up here, you are looking at downside for Vechain. You know, looking at continued sort of rollover coming back down to this target. So from here right now, that is a continuation of around about 8.28% for Vechain, and potentially just here, you know, you are forming some kind of head and shoulders pattern as well just there. Okay, so we'll take a look at that. That's your head from there to there. You know, and if you do see the breakout right here, you can see this is the destination, and you can see that's continuation just there, because look, you've got another little head and shoulders pattern that's forming just there. You've got your left shoulder, your head, and your right shoulder, you know, and you effectively got descending triangle as well. Look, there's all sorts of patterns. Got this little descending triangle. Let me get rid of this and tidy it all up. You know, high lows basically, lower highs, sorry, and from there you've got another technical target, which is pretty much the same as your head and shoulders. Look, and you lose support, and you're coming down to that technical target of the large head and shoulders pattern that you're in on the hourly time frame just there. So yeah, it's almost like it's certain, isn't it? So do anticipate at that point though that I could see a lovely little bounce there for Vechain, and that could be your low in this bull market before we absolutely rock it. Okay, and breaking these highs and starting to come back up into the impulsive waves that we do find ourselves in, because on the daily time frame, don't forget, we are in a technical target to the upside, and all we're doing is falling back to support for continuation. Okay, you've already met your technical targets, which I've outlined so many times. You've met this one, you've met that one, you've met that one, and now you're coming back looking for support for continuation to get to this one. Okay, so it's all good, you know, but it's all about falling back, holding support, looking for continuation. And that particular target there, you know, not financial advice, but put some cheeky bids on that, because that's your technical target of a downside. If you get fortunate enough to actually meet that target, that's where you could see the beautiful little bounce, come back up, and you could be looking at a beautiful little long here for Vechain from that technical target. You could be looking at a beautiful little long. Obviously, set stop losses. You could be looking at 115% long up just there for Vechain. And on the daily, let's see how the RSI is looking. Yeah, beautiful. Coming back down to the mid-range right there. Your stock's in the floor, so you can see where you're going to start form this new wave up to the upside, just like you did down here when you're in the floor. You know, get to the mid-range, like down there. That's where you see a new lovely little impulsive wave come up, and that will actually bring you up to this technical target up here at 23 cents. So I did say to you it's not going to get there overnight, and I did say to you it's going to be bumpy along the way, and that's exactly what it is doing. It's conforming. Okay, it's doing everything it needs to do for continuation of the uptrend that it's in. So yeah, that's Vechain. Hope you enjoyed that update, but so far so good. You know, you've got your support targets right there. If you do see it come down to that particular level, that's where you've seen a lovely little bounce off the 20 EMA on the daily time frame as well. So yeah, take care everyone. Hope you enjoyed that update, but at the minute it's in a technical target to the downside. Once it hits that, I would expect a bounce to come back up to the technical target, the larger technical target of that it's in, to 23 cents up there. Okay, bye bye everyone. Hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care. Bye bye.